Hey guys, it's Erlene from My Painter Ventures, and today I'm kind of going to be doing some Christmas ornament making because this year's Christmas tree theme is going to be white and snowflakes. So I actually picked up these wooden ornaments last year, I think, from Michael's, or yeah, I think it was Michael. This was all this wood color, but I painted just the top portion white and it took about 2 coats, so you can see it here. That was what the top color looked like, this lighter brown, the whole thing. So just the top portion was painted white with white acrylic paint. And if I did get a little bit of paint on the outside lip here, I just put some nail polish remover or acetone, and I just gently wiped off the paint. So you could do that, or you could use a light sandpapering. But I kind of didn't want to take off too much of the stain there. So yeah, that's what I did to help clean up some of the edges if I did go over it. So now that all this is prepared, and I'm sorry I didn't film that part, but it's just basic painting you're gonna do. I did use a small paintbrush and a larger paintbrush to get to these, and I'll show you what those look like. Okay, so this is the what I use to paint these. Sorry, that's my dog outside barking. So anyway, this the fatter one I use to paint the bigger parts, and then to do the inside edges of these, I just use a smaller dense brush to get through here. And again, it's going to take about 2 coats to get a nice coverage, and that's about it. And tip to not get too much paint on the outside edge is to pounce it like this and then swipe it going with the design. If you go this way and paint, you're going to deposit paint on the outside edge here. So if you have to brush this way, then you're going to want to do from the inside out, because again, like I said, if you do this way, you're going to deposit paint on the outside edge. So it's better to pounce and then just kind of lightly go like this with as little paint as possible, and it's better to build up like that for coverage. Okay, so once these are painted and you let them dry, to make this snowflake, because it has this little lip, I decided to use some resin that cures with a light, LED, the nail lamp lights, and I put glitter in here, and then I flooded it with resin. So I'm going to show you how I did that with this. It's a super easy project, and again, it doesn't have to be the snowflake. You can probably find these types of ornaments at the craft store in other shapes too. I just so happened to pick these up last year because I just really like them, and I thought it was a good price. So what I did was I just went ahead and put some snowflakes on. If I had a smaller spoon, they actually sell smaller spoons specifically for glitter for people that do resin making. But I don't have one. Now sometimes some of these glitter flakes might be too big, so you might want to take the bigger ones out if it doesn't fit into the space. But this is basically how I did it. I also use a toothpick to move stuff around if I need to, because it has a little point. So what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to evenly disperse these glitter flakes throughout the ornament. Again, you can use any type of glitter you want. It's your ornament. So don't limit yourself to what I'm using. Just go ahead and use what you have. This is actually what I have in my stash, and it's what I'm using. So again, use what you have if you don't want to go out and buy supplies. And again, Dollar Store too sells a lot of glitter now, which is great. Okay, that's a huge piece. I'm going to take that one out. Okay, I think that's good enough for that. And again, these are just glitter flakes like that. And then I have chunky glitter like this that I could use. I have a more fine glitter. I also have like chunk glitter like this. It's more holographic, which I used in the other one, and I'm going to use it in this one too. And in this one, I just kind of put it in a spoon, and I kind of just tap it, kind of aiming the spoon into the ornament area. And don't worry if it goes out in clumps, because again, you can use the toothpick to move the glitter around. Okay, that's, you know, you don't need a lot. And also when you flood it too, some of these glitter pieces will move around. This area has lots. And if you don't like, you know, the way it looks, you can always put a little more where you need to. Okay, so that looks good there. And then I think I'm gonna do some more glitter, and I'm gonna use silver, just regular silver glitter this time. And I'm just gonna scoop it out with the spoon, my little teaspoon. And I'm just going to shake it into the ornament space. And again, you don't have to use silver. You can use whatever color you want. So whatever type of color snowflake you want to make. Okay, so I'm just going to like spread it around a little bit. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect, because when the liquid starts going in, this is going to all move around a bit. But I'm just trying to get it so it's not all clumped up in one spot right now. Okay, I'm going to try to keep all these big flakes, if you're using flakes, inside of the lip of the ornament. Okay, so that looks pretty good. And I think I have everything the way I want it. So now I'm going to take the resin, and I'm going to, and I can't remember where I got this from. I'll put a link below if I can find where I got it from. But basically, it's just a liquid, a clear liquid like that, and you're just going to squeeze it, and I'm going to pull it gently to where I want the resin to go, not going past the lip area of the ornament, because you don't want to over flood this. So I'm going to use my tip to kind of push it to the edge of the ornament, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the next portion. And I'm going to keep continuing to do this until the entire ornament is flooded. Now I've used this resin on to make other things, so I don't know how many a full bottle of this would make, but it doesn't take a lot, and the bottles are a decent size. And of course, you don't have to buy this particular resin. Okay, so then I'm just going to take my toothpick and then make sure that all the areas are filled in, and make sure I don't have any bubbles. And then I push any of the flakes in. And if I want to move some of the glitter around, I can use the tip of my toothpick to do that. If I need to like swirl it a little more. And also, if you see any bubbles, you can try to pop it. I don't use flame on this, which a lot of people I know, they use a lighter and they hover it above the acrylic or the resin to pop any bubbles, but I kind of don't do that with this only because it is wood. Okay, so I move that in, and I think that looks pretty decent. All right, so then here comes the UV super nail lamp that I use. It's not specifically made for resin, but it works to cure this type of resin. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the light on. You can see there's a light, and I just go ahead and put it in. Since it's not made for resin, and I hold it here for a little bit until the resin starts to set before I let it go, since I don't, it's not a, mine has like a little surface in there that tilts the ornament a little bit backwards, and so I don't want the resin to run that way. But in any case, I put it in the nail lamp, and I let this cure. The light will harden the resin. They have specific UV resin lights that you can use, and those have sliding trays, which would probably make it easier. Then you don't have to hold it, and it'll be flat. But since this is what I have, this is what I use. And again, it's just, I don't know if you can see, I'll try to hold it up, but you can see it. I'm holding the ornament in there. And if you've ever been to a nail salon, or if you've seen people do their nails, and they put their hands inside the light machine, this is basically the same thing. Okay, so that's what it looks like in my nail LED lamp. And you can see, the reason why I hold it is because there's this little area here that sticks up in my lamp. And so since my ornament is rather large, if I put it in like this, it makes the ornament tilt towards the back. So the first 99 seconds I actually hold it level, and then once that's done, I go ahead and I press it and leave it in for another 99 seconds to make sure that it's very hard. And yeah, that's it. And then I'll show you what the finished product looks like. Super easy. Okay, so once it's cured, this is what your finished product will look like. It catches the sun really nicely, or the light really nicely, and it gives a lot of sparkle. It's really pretty. This is the one that I actually just did on camera. Now I will say, if you're using flakes, just make sure that the flakes are totally flat. I kind of missed one here, so if you hold it up, you can see it sticking out right here. So you kind of want to make sure everything is flat when you're putting it in, which is why I take out the bigger pieces, because sometimes that happens. But yeah, that's basically it. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please think about subscribing, liking, and subscribing. Appreciate it. Thanks. Okay guys, so this is what the ornament looks like on the Christmas tree. As you can see, when you move around it, it catches a lot of light because of the holographic glitter and the fine glitter inside of it. So it's like hidden around the trees in different areas. You can see here's another one. Just a really pretty ornament to make. It's a fun project. If you want to make your own ornaments, you can customize it to whatever color you want for your Christmas tree. And it's super easy to make. It looks a little intimidating, but I promise it's a super easy project. And because the resin is already pre-made, pre-mixed, and it's a thicker resin, it's easy to work with. So hope you enjoyed the video on making these resin ornaments, and enjoy. Happy holidays.